Hello Game Boys and Game Girls, I'm the Game Boy Guru, and welcome to episode 16 of Retro Unboxing. This time I've got a fairly large box that is full of PlayStation 3 games, along with my Japanese Sega Saturn games, TurboGrafx 16 games, a couple of PS4 games, at least one Switch game, and even a couple of Wii U games. So let's have a look. Oh man, this is big and awkward. Alright, so starting right up the top, looks like the only Switch game I have in here is the actual game of Axiom Verge, which I separated from the larger box that I showed off in a previous video. I've got 3 PS4 games here. I've got Raiden 5, the Director's Cut, Darius Burst Chronicle Saviors, which was a limited run game, as was Caladrius Blaze. Those were both limited run games, and I still don't have a PS4, but those are ready for me when I get it. I can have some excellent shooting game action. Alright, let's take a look at some Japanese Sega Saturn games here. I've got Dome Patch, as the game calls it, or Donpachi, however you want to pronounce it. Got the Japanese version of Fighting Vipers. This is Capcom Generations Volume 1, which has 1942, 1943, and 1943 Kai. 1943 Kai, the arcade version, is brutal. Very difficult. Cool stuff, though. Got King of Fighters 96, and this is the edition that came with 95 in kind of the box. So it does not have a tray card, along with its companion disc. King of Fighters 95, no tray card, but I do have the memory cards that go with this. And those are in here. I'll pull those out here when the box is a little less full. Also have the Japanese version of Fighters Megamix and the Japanese version of Virtua Fighter. Let's get some more of this out here. Strikers 1945-2 was actually one of the first Japanese Sega Saturn games that I bought many years ago. Probably within months of purchasing my Saturn and acquiring the Action Replay 4-in-1 cart, I bought this. In fact, I bought it from NCSX, and it was still new in the plastic with the spine card, which is tucked into the manual in there. Oh, let's see here. I also have Layer Section, aka Galactic Attack. Unfortunately, this copy does not have the tray card or the spine card, but it was so inexpensive I picked it up anyway when I was game hunting one time while traveling. I also have Super Dimension Fortress Macross Do You Remember Love? This is a 2-disc game, has, from what I understand, a fair amount of actual anime content, cutscene stuff in the game. The game itself is just kind of okay, I guess, in terms of its quality as a shoot 'em up. So here's one of the proprietary memory cards. These are absolutely required for King of Fighters 95 and 96. From what I understand, you actually have to use the one that is specifically branded for the game. So because I do not have a modified Saturn or a Japanese Saturn, I can't play these games right now. They're simply collector pieces that Twitter friend hooked me up with a few years back. So at some point, I plan on getting a Japanese Saturn of some kind, and hoping that I can do that so that I can check those out and actually play them the way they were meant to be played. Okay, let's look at a couple of TurboGrafx games. I've got Blazing Lasers, and this is complete minus the outer box, but it even has the little plastic sleeve around the card. So I don't have the cardboard box, but I have that. This is a game box for Keith Courage in Alpha Zones, as you can see there on the spine. I don't have the manual for that. In addition to that, in this box, in addition to the Keith Courage turbo chip, I also have the turbo chips for Bonk's Adventure. And this one is becoming quite expensive these days, New Adventure Island, that I picked up a decade or so ago before turbo games started to become prohibitively expensive. I also have Super Star Soldier, another quality shoot 'em up, and like Blazing Lasers, this one is complete in the sense of it has the plastic sleeve for the turbo chip, and I've got the manual. I'm just missing the outer cardboard box. Also have TV Sports Hockey. I am missing the overlay and the plastic sleeve, but in here I also have Bonk's Revenge. The one game that I don't have here is Legendary Axe, and that's because it's actually in the console. So when I do my tour later showing off all my consoles and hookup and everything, I'll probably show that still in there. Okay, let's look at some Wii U stuff. Oh, wait a minute. Here's the proprietary memory card for King of Fighters 95, as you can see clearly there. And so the other one is for King of Fighters 96. It just doesn't say that specifically. So, for Wii U, we've got Shantae, Half Genie Hero. Very cool. Comes with a CD soundtrack. It's not the full soundtrack, but it's 30 tracks from the game. I've got Star Fox Zero, and of course this boxed edition here comes also with Star Fox Guard, as you can see down in the corner there. And so it is two complete blue Wii U cases, one with Star Fox Zero, one with Star Fox Guard. I've played through Star Fox Zero and enjoyed that. I've not yet tried Star Fox Guard. And of course, no Wii U collection is complete without Super Mario Maker. Unfortunately, the copy that I have is a little beat up because when I went to buy it, I was in a hurry to get it and I didn't wait for a really clean copy. And this was all that Best Buy had, was this one beat up copy in the back room. But I got it, I played it, I loved it, and I didn't really do much in creating my own levels, but I played a ton of other people's levels and had a lot of fun with that. Alright, and now on to some PlayStation 3 stuff. To figure out where I'm going to put these games. So, I've got Under Defeat HD Edition, or HD Deluxe Edition. Fantastic shmup that comes with a soundtrack CD. Uncharted 3 Drake's Deception, which came packaged with one of the two PS3 bundles that I have. Here's Super Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition. Had some fun with that. Beat it through with Ken a while back. There's Soul Calibur 4 and Tekken 6 packaged together. Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection. I've had a ton of fun with that. Hitman Absolution. Here's the Mass Effect trilogy, and I've played through the first one. I need to get on with the games, but just haven't got that far yet. Mortal Kombat Complete Edition, Greatest Hits, and of course this has the ability to play as Kratos, which is pretty awesome. Here's MotorStorm. Ratchet and Clank Future, Tools of Destruction, Greatest Hits. Red Faction, Guerrilla. Resistance 2, Greatest Hits. Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Fate of Two Worlds. Picked that one up when the news broke that Capcom was losing the license, and there was a bit of a scare that maybe the price on that one would jump way up. And since it was dirt cheap when I bought it, I thought better strike while the iron's hot. This is a fun Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe because it's a combo pack, and so it includes a Blu-ray of the original Mortal Kombat movie. I bought this at a now defunct chain of stores that had a small electronics section in it, kind of like a mini Walmart type of place. And anyway, kind of a fun item to have there. This one is strictly for collection purposes. It's called Mag. I guess it's an online only game. Yeah, multiplayer online only. So anyway, I won't be actually playing this one. It's just to sit on the shelf. I've got a few sleeve games here that I got with one of my bundles. We've got Batman 2 DC Superheroes. Actually played through that with a friend. Fun game. Lego Harry Potter years 5 through 7. And that included the manual. And Little Big Planet karting, which is pretty fun. I played some of that with a friend too, and there are a bunch of courses online that you can play through, including a number of courses where people have gone in and actually tried to recreate Mario Kart courses in Little Big Planet karting as accurately as they could. Those are pretty impressive. We've got Lego Indiana Jones 2, The Adventure Continues. This is another combo pack. This is Lego Batman, and as you can see there, it comes with a Blu-ray of the original Tim Burton Batman film, which is great. I already had it on Blu-ray, but cool to find this nonetheless. Got the PS3 version of LA Noire. Killzone 2. The Infamous collection, which is Infamous 1 and 2. Infamous was the reason I wanted a PlayStation 3. I remember going into a Target store and they had a kiosk set up, or not even a kiosk really, just one of those deals where at the top of the game display there's a little TV hanging up top, and then the little controller down at the bottom that is wired in and you can play it. And I played the demo of Infamous and it blew me away. So this is why I wanted a PS3, and I was not disappointed. Infamous 1 and 2, fantastic games. House of the Dead Overkill Extended Cut, one of the games that really is pushing me toward trying to find a full setup of the PlayStation Move controllers. Heavy Rain Director's Cut, Greatest Hits. Played through this year and a half ago maybe for RF Generation playthrough. Really good. Heavy Fire Afghanistan, another Move compatible game that looks like fun. Heavenly Sword, one of the earlier PS3 games, and there was a kind of a digital animated movie based on this that wasn't half bad. God of War Ascension, the God of War Saga, which had God of War 1, 2, and 3, and then had a download code for the PS3 HD upscales of Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta. So I played through all of those, loved the God of War series. This is Genji, Days of the Blade. Don't really know much about that. F1 Championship Edition, that was a Goodwill find. Tekken 6. Need for Speed The Run, limited edition. Guess it's got some exclusive content. The Orange Box, which has Half-Life 2, Team Fortress 2, and Portal, which I think was otherwise not available on console prior to the Orange Box being released. The original Assassin's Creed Greatest Hits release. The Prince of Persia, we'll call it second reboot, if you will, where they took the Prince of Persia series had come back and kind of been rebooted from the 2D original games to the 3D games on the PS2, Xbox, GameCube, and this that came out on the PS3 and 360 I think was sort of a reboot. SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs Confrontation. White Knight Chronicles International Edition. I think this was maybe a Canadian? No, maybe not. Guitar Hero Aerosmith, my third version of that. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim Legendary Edition. This one will sit on the shelf because I'll be playing it through on the Switch. Got Killzone 3, and this is also Move compatible, so once again, another game that's kind of making me want to get a Move set. Hawks 2, Tom Clancy's Hawks 2, I should say. Test Drive Unlimited 2, and the last one on this top of the pile here is Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. And I've got this on PS3, Wii, I think maybe on Xbox 360. I'll have to look when I get my 360 games out. Alright, I gotta set this box down and move some of these games so I can stack up some more. I'll move these Saturn games as well. Alright. Now, let's get this back up here and, whoops, keep rolling through them. We've got Dragon Age Origins, Assassin's Creed 3, The Beatles Rock Band, Prototype 2, Lego Jurassic World, Lego Marvel Avengers, the Lego Movie video game, Batman Arkham Origins, Lost Planet 2, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Ghosts, and this is Call of Duty Ghosts. Call of Duty Black Ops 3, and this is just the multiplayer zombie disc. So this will probably just sit on the shelf, but I thought while it's available and dirt cheap, I'll pick it up. This is Prince of Persia: The Forgotten Sands, and it is a Best Buy version, like a variant. Crisis 3 Hunter Edition. Injustice: Gods Among Us. Played a lot of that on Wii U. That's a fun game. Need for Speed Most Wanted Limited Edition. Also Move compatible. Bulletstorm Limited Edition. Kane and Lynch Dead Men. Defiance, which is apparently based on a Sci-Fi Channel TV show. Batman Arkham Asylum Game of the Year Edition. Brink, which I believe is another online-only first-person shooter. So again, dirt cheap, filling the shelf. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Darksiders Greatest Hits. Dead Island Game of the Year Edition. Deadpool, fun game. Difficult in spots, but it was a good time. Diablo 3 Reaper of Souls, which it says bonus, also includes original game. So this is the Ultimate Evil Edition. Tried to get into Diablo 3 on PC, and it never grabbed me, but I want to go back to it at some point. Duke Nukem Forever. Soul Calibur 4. And Far Cry 2. Set this down again so I can move these and make more room a second time. Because I have one more full row of games to go through here. Alright. So, we've got Capcom Essentials, which has Resident Evil 6 and Dead Rising 2. Hunted: The Demon's Forge. The Evil Within. Battlefield: Bad Company. Dragon's Dogma. Valkyria Chronicles. Haven't played that yet, but kind of excited to see that the new one's going to the Switch. Alpha Protocol, the espionage RPG. Unreal Tournament 3 or 3U, something like that. Dragon Age Origins Awakening, which is the expansion pack to Dragon Age Origins, apparently. Deus Ex Human Revolution. Blazing Angels 2 Secret Missions of World War II. Assassin's Creed 2. Homefront. Two Worlds 2. A little awkward there. Vanquish. Platinum Games. Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, Final Fantasy 13, Crisis 2 Limited Edition with some nice foil effect there, Assassin's Creed Revelations, Assassin's Creed the American Collection, which has Liberation HD 3 and 4 Black Flag. Liberation may have been a PSP game? I don't know. And then Assassin's Creed Ezio Trilogy, which has Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelations. Twisted Metal. Standard version of Lego Batman. Dungeon Siege 3. Uncharted 2 Game of the Year Edition. Resistance 2. You can see on the spine there, Resistance 2. Ratchet and Clank All for One. The Elder Scrolls Skyrim, or the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. This is the vanilla edition. No additional stuff. And Devil May Cry 4. So that is all in this box. What do you guys think? A lot of great stuff in there. Tons of PS3 games. A couple of good Wii U games. Of course, Axiom Verge, which is fantastic. And plus some TurboGrafx and Japanese Sega Saturn games. Let me know in the comments section below what you think of this batch. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at GameBoyGuru. I will have a link in the description below to my blog where you can check out my game reviews, my Game Boy game reviews. That is GameBoyGuru.blogspot.com. And also make sure you check out Nira and his channel. He provided the Super Mario Land overworld theme music that I use as the intro for all my videos. And he's got tons of other great game music and chiptune covers that he's done on his channel as well. So make sure you go check that out. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for playing, and game on.